Hey, how's it going? You ever think of this one? I'm busy looking at the map and noting that 7286 is inside of the Indian River, inside of Australia, going up to Kora or Kara down in Russia, over to Baffin Islands, and then coming home just south or west of Brazil, and completely in the Arctic, the Antarctica. So I'm thinking to myself, they keep noting every time it comes to the U.S., it's so different. Have you ever thought of this? The USA has been hijacked. Whoever you see in office is not in office. They've been brought up a certain way, and they come from somewhere else. They don't come from America at all. They invaded America and took it over from whatever federation they're from. Now think of it. They took it over from the federation from within they came. The world was not complete. Who knew? I mean, if you saw me once on an island, I can tell you I'm 80 years old. And you'd look at me and I'd look 80 years old and you'd believe I'm 80 years old. In all actuality, I was born just yesterday and I'm 21. That's right. You see, they can take a bunch of people and you look at each other and, oh, like I've done that before. Because the system has made you to see it that way. But are we all in the desperados, meaning that there is no life, there's nothing, we came here, it's all a joke, the joke's on us, and they laugh at us, just like a whole bunch of movies, they put 1 billion people on here to laugh? No. Every area has the same things. Someone's got to live. So why not live but joke on your own self? Like a big party, everybody's kicking each other in the ass. But when you're on this level and you don't know about it, then you're in this world. So imagine if the Americas were hijacked. That's why all these numbers are all wrong. Barack Obama is the 43rd president of the 44th term of presidencies of 57 total terms of a total of 228 years, which is not actually 228 years, because in 1792, when George Washington had his birthday, they calculate that it's something else. 1792 and 222 is 2014. From the beginning of when it started in 1776, that would be 1998. Now, 1998 is an end number. Why? Because 2 times 9, 9, and 9 equals 1998, and that cycle is over. Otherwise, you end up in the 1,000 from each one, in which 1,000, the 1,000th year, well, you lose that, my friend. And we just had that in 2007. That was God's 2007th year. It was his party. It was a 7 of a 7 of the 7 of a 7. It happened on a Saturday of the 7th day of the 7th month of the year 2007, where there were 2 zeros before the 7 or 002, whichever one you want to put. It makes 9 altogether. 2 by 7 is the worlds of 7. 2 by 7 is 14. 2 and 7 is 9, making the famous 9 and 14, 23. 2 by 3 is 5. 6, and 2 plus 3 is 5, making it 11. Spirit angel of man. The reverse of that is Jupiter, connecting to everything. In 5775, the year of George has come upon us. George is one of the cycles they run through. Don't you know whatever they're doing is online right now? I have a funny feeling the next disaster is going to be some sort of Hanukkah party song, or it's going to be, oh, let's open the Hebrew cookbook. Let's see what they're going to do next. I'm serious. They might be off the Hebrew cookbook. They might be off the Hebrew Monopoly. But you got to think. You got to think. They put our minds to know Moses was here. Whether he was here or not, it's a different story. It's even written in the Bible, but then again, they can make us believe anything. Who, when, what should we know? It was 5,000 years ago. You know what I'm trying to say? Prince Charles, William, and Harry, well, I know the 3 of them. Charlie's a tuna fish. Tuna, to North America, reptilian. Happening out in New Zealand. Haven't you heard what I said? In New Zealand, underneath the ground is the brain. The brain is almost like saying, let's hook up the tree. Give the tree a real heart. So through the ground and the water and the system matrix, the tree can now grow. Because if we took that tree and threw it into space, that tree would die. So it grows inside our system. Imagine if there was a real brain under there, it was your brain. that was in there, because they're trying to steal it so they feel the vibrations of the leads and they know what's happening. It may be far-fetched, but you know what? That's what dogs do. They don't care how far it is. Fetch, boy, fetch. That's what they got us doing. You know what I'm saying? Harry, William, oh, the king of the czars. My grandfather was a czar. Harry and William were him and his brother. They split up. One went out to California. Pretty funny, eh? When we lock out and map out 7286, it seems to cut off half the U.S., but it seems to run along the lines of Kansas City, Africa, dead center. I'm not quite sure. Is it Bolivia? Where was that map that I was looking at? I fear if it came here. Yeah, more near Nigeria, Western Sahara, Morocco, on that angle. That was pretty much the center line angle, right from here and all the way here. Actually, they followed it more like Zimbabwe, Angola, Congo, the edge of Nigeria, Maracutia Island, Western Sahara, and all the way through the North Atlantic all the way up. And when it was going the other way, right, the line, it would pick off and cut all the way across through Australia. And if I remember correctly, let me see where this comes from. Australia would go back into the other side of the South Pacific, isn't that right? The South Pacific, and then it would be the Pacific, South Pacific, yeah, be on the other side. What I'm trying to do, what I'm talking about right now is that I'm taking 7286 and I'm squaring it off, and I'm finding all the sectors, inverted, inverted, all the ways. So at least we'll know the lines we're on. Now, what's underneath the water? What's along those lines? It's part of matrix. It's just, it has to be, okay, central wires that you can't see. Something in the air that you don't see, but you definitely can hear it and feel it, but you're never sure. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. This is the 22nd day of the first month of 2013. In 23 days, it's going to be, guess what? Valentine's Day, and that's always the 45th day, and that's the crossing of an angle. So you know if nothing happens by Valentine's Day, nothing will happen for quite a while, maybe till May. That means it would have to happen before the 14th to be in this cycle of the 45 days of the year, if they're running by that cycle right now. And that would leave us about the 23rd, 24th, and 25th, and the 6th, and the 7th, and the 8th, and the 9th, 30, 1, 2, about the 3rd, 4th, 5th day of February, but it shouldn't be the 5th day because the 5th day is 9 days away, which is 9 days from an eve, so it would be more like the 4th day, and then the 4 only gives you a day left, a day right from the 9 days, so it would be on the 3rd day if that would happen. And then again, if it happened on the 14th, I tell you a whole new story. But so this is the way it connects to the 45 degree, which is 90. Why is it 90? Because 45 happens on two sides, that's number one, and it's 90 minutes. When you bring the hand forward 90 minutes, it makes a 45-degree angle on the clock, if I'm not wrong. And I could be wrong, because the 45-degree angle on the clock, you see now that I got myself into this, is an hour and a half is 45. 3 hours is 90. 6 hours is 180. 12 makes around the clock. Do you follow me? That's the way I'm working. Raphael 7286. Constellation, I guess it's right up my alley. Pegasus. Also somewhere down in the South Pacific, somewhere a little bit higher up through Mongolia, the Congo, Baffin Islands. We're spreading out right now. Hey, Mr. Tackpans, what do you got? They don't see you here because we're not showing him the camera today. What do we got? We're spreading out a little bit because the game is moving into a new level. And we thank you for watching. Don't we, Mr. Tackpans? That's right.